Oh, wow. We got it back. Here we go.
It's official.
Because every time you're bitching, it's always complaining that you can't fucking quarter so slow. You're too old to drive. When you turn around a corner, it's always so slow. This just never goes away. It's getting louder each day. I'm always the same. This life is too long. I think I've had enough.
I think I could bathe in this drink.
You know what I'd like to bathe in?
I think I could bathe in this drink and then drink a little while you're bathing, like before the water gets nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like be like so hydrated.
Like
I feel like I would be so hydrated in a bath of this.
maybe fucking it first. And then drink it.
Yeah.
You know why I wanted you on the show? Because
Who?
this guy here.
What's his name?
Charlie.
Gotta introduce him.
Charles over here.
How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing great.
Good, good.
Because when you come into my office every once in a while and we talk,
Yes.
I go, I might be like that when I get older. I go, that's the fucking guy. Like I'm gonna be like that.
Yeah, you better start dressing better.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what though, man? Like
Keep practicing with your left hand too. You got to be ambidextrous. By the
Yeah,
time you get to my age.
I don't know if I can do left-handed.
In case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
With the good hand.
No, I only use left-handed when I can't comment. Like, you know what? Let me try lefty.
Yeah.
But you got like when I talk to you, I go that this is a guy who's gotten older and successful and has done great in his life, but he still can joke about any fucking thing. Couldn't care less about being serious about himself. And that's sometimes it's inspiring to see that kind of guy.
You don't have to change you don't have to change your personality,
Right.
no matter what else is going on.
Yeah. You see that in some
Yeah.
certain people, but not too often.
Yeah.
One that you can relate yourself to.
Yeah.
In my position.
Did you ever see a
personally.
bum with a good personality? He's lost everything, and he's maintained his personality sometimes.
I know. Are we good? Because we got a little situation
Yes,
here,
we
but
are.
that doesn't matter because we're good there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that's all about. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so what's going on? You good?
I'm great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So, what's going on with you? Hey, didn't you say you got
I can't
something?
have 4 slices of pizza.
No shit. No shit.
I just figured out my max. I don't know.
Your max is 4.
Well, I'm done. That was it. That was my that was my farewell to pizza for a long time. Today, I had a farewell to pizza.
You've been on a kick with
I'm on a
pizza
kick. No, I'm on a kick.
for
No,
quite a
no.
bit. 'Cause you've been talking about like pizza for a
Actually, yeah,
bit.
I talked about pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was off of pizza for a really long time. I feel like it's the most delicious, worst food for you.
Have you had Prince Street Pizza?
Yes, I have.
You
Prince
had-
Street in the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had the Sicilian slice with the pepperoni.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
But
That's worth waiting online for. It's a bit of a long line, but it's definitely.
you ever have the artichoke pizza, which is not really like a pizza, but
I
you ever
had
have-
it and I was like, what is
You
this?
didn't think? Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I thought it was interesting and good, delicious.
I don't like a salad on my pizza.
Oh, that thing's more than a salad.
It's like, yeah, it's a whole meal. I want pizza.
Yeah, yeah. You want it to be
It's
normal.
got to be relatable
Yeah.
to fucking pizza.
to actual pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So you're stopping pizza. You think you got a pizza
No,
problem?
I'm cutting down on bread
That's a definitely.
again. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Again.
Oh, you didn't. You said you were going to start a cleansing.
I didn't do the cleanse.
Right.
In that whole process, I was like looking at stuff to do, but I've been having my own things. Like I'm older and like all the stuff's going on, and I'm like just tired. No matter how much I exercise, how much rest I get,
Carbs.
carbs, absolutely.
You have
Too
lunch
much,
and you're just done.
too much caffeine.
Yeah.
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, I lowered my caffeine intake
Yeah.
too. But I was.
So I found something.
What'd you find?
So I found this homeopathic, over-the-counter
Mhm.
HGH.
Okay, explain yourself.
You know
You know
what
what the fuck
human
he's talking
growth hormone is?
Yeah.
Right. So your testosterone after a certain age lowers.
Right.
Yeah. Naturally on its own.
Okay.
So this stuff has a chemical in it or ingredients in it. I'm not really sure. I forget the names of them. So you rub it on twice a day for
Rub it on?
5 days.
Okay. Where do you rub it?
Where your veins are exposed and your sensitive parts of the skin, it's behind your knees.
Can you do your dick if you
Nah,
want? I mean,
I'm afraid to. I don't know.
does it feel weird on your skin?
No. I mean, unless you have a
Plenty
reaction
of
to it.
veins on your dick. I mean,
Yeah, you could probably put it there. Maybe they just don't want to say it, and you could do it, but
Right.
they just don't want to say it. Yeah,
I mean, your balls are there. It's right there. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I
It might
guess.
be better
Would
to-
you stop rubbing it though?
no, until I'm done.
Not until you're done, right?
I'm not done
Of course.
rubbing it on yet.
Yeah, honey, I'll be out in 5 minutes. Give me a second.
So what does it do? So what's the?
So what happens is you put it on for 5 days,
Yeah.
and then when you stop, you deprive yourself 2 days, and in that 2 days, your body, because of what was coming in, starts to produce its own growth hormone.
That sounds like great shit if it works.
Yeah. So I know this guy.
If it works.
This guy is down. Doesn't go to the gym. He's down 2 pant sizes. I have another friend that takes it.
How does it make you lose?
I have
weight?
another friend who takes it. Doesn't do steroids anymore. Just uses this stuff. Because you can extra dose it if you want.
And
You're
you
supposed
can
to
buy,
put
you
2
can you can buy this
Dude,
over the
right
counter.
off the internet. It's FDA approved.
Is it USADA approved?
It's I don't know what is that. That's the next
That's
level.
what the UFC checks.
oh, that stuff.
That's
yeah.
like the company that
Yeah.
the UFC hired to check their
Yeah.
fighters to see if they're doing any kind of substances that they're cheating,
right.
basically.
That they're cheating.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't
They
know.
do the Olympics. They hired USADA to do
So it's
that.
homeopathic. It's like I said, it's a microdosing.
Oh,
Right, so you're not inject like some people would go to the doctor, right, and be like, "Oh, my testosterone's low," or like if you're buying testosterone, like if you're buying HGH, you go to the gym and and your buddy's like, "I can get you HGH," right, and say your levels are low, or they're supposed to be at like say 500, and they're not, right? These guys take like a 1,500, like 1,000.
is that a real number?
No, I'm just like giving you a for instance.
'Cause
Like
that's what I'd like to know. Like,
so-
so, it's
so
if the
people-
number is
Right, so-
that, what is this?
the number is going to it's homeopathic and it's microdosing, so it's your body is only going to produce its allowance. You're not going to go over the top with your
This helps
with
your
your
body
levels.
produce.
Oh, dude, my friend is on fire right now, dude. He's on like I don't know if he's on his 1st or 2nd month of doing it. He's like, bro, I'm getting great sleep. I'm losing weight. His veins, he's posting pictures on Facebook. His veins are ripping out because he goes to the gym. That's one guy's case. He's like, I have energy. He's like, I can't wait to snowboard on this shit this winter. He's like, he is fired up. He's the one that told me about it. But another
Sounds
guy
like-
has lost
Sounds
weight
like
because,
drugs.
well, yeah, but I mean, this is what a weightlifter, this is why a guy can go to the gym,
Right.
get jacked and vascular, right? Because they take so much testosterone. Like they take human growth hormone.
Right.
They shoot an excessive amount in their body. They go to the gym and they can still go to McDonald's
Yeah, but what
and
you're
polish off a
But-
Big Mac and a
but
shake.
what you're saying sounds like the same results.
So, but it's not going to be that intense as someone. You're not going to get like that big. But I don't know what the double dosing does or triple dose. This guy might even be triple, quadruple dosing it. I'm not really sure what he's doing. But because it's your body's producing its own, you're not putting it in. I guess it's like that's why he's
Charles,
justifying it. But it's
you're no
it's over the
stranger-
counter.
You're no stranger to bullshit.
Over the counter.
What do you think?
We're going to find out. Like again, I'm testing it.
You tried it?
This is what I'm
so
saying.
Wait, have you tried
I just
it?
started
Like when?
2 days ago.
Do you feel anything
Second
at all?
day. No, I would think this doesn't really kick in at least till your body starts to produce it naturally. You have to
Yeah.
deprive it every 2 days. Every 5 days, you have to stop using it.
Are you working out?
I exercise and do yoga.
Oh, you
I
do
don't
stuff
work
like that,
out.
but you
yeah,
don't
but I do
work
like
with weights.
sit-ups. I do all like calisthenic type.
Right.
Yeah, stuff.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe. The only reason I say that is my personal experience.
Yeah.
I had a brother-in-law who's a malignant narcissist. He's been a bodybuilder all of
Yeah.
his life,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, he does actual
Steroids.
steroids.
Yeah.
and he's 60 years old and he's still doing steroids.
He's one of those old guys that are like fucking tan as shit and all ripped up.
Yeah, there's only one problem. When he takes off his shirt, it looks disgusting. He's got pimples all over his chest.
Oh, yeah.
And he still thinks he looks good. But
Yeah, it's part of the.
I don't
Your
know.
body's producing too many things. It's like it's because it's over. It's putting
And
too
it's
much.
also oil based.
Yeah, and your body doesn't.
A lot of it's oil based.
Yeah, well, I've seen a couple of his friends, and they all do these roids, and they're all the real McCoy. So I've never seen anybody in a gym that's got any.
That's a
type-
funny thing, right? To see an old guy ripped up
Yeah.
like that.
You ever see them on like Instagram? There's
Yeah.
a couple dudes that are
It
like
looks-
famous.
But it looks ridiculous. Right? To some degree, it looks ridiculous. Now,
To me, when you're jacked and you're older,
and you feel fucking phenomenal.
no, you immediately look like a jerk off to me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that guy is not nice to people. Like, for some reason, I have this,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
like it's a judgment. I don't know the
It's
person.
like
They
a-
could be the nicest guy in the world, but I'm like, that guy's a cocky cocksucker.
It's like if you have a strong accent, you're a moron.
right, that kind of thing.
It's one of those things. You just instantly judge it.
Yeah. Well, no, they're basically they're flaming sphincter muscles without a doubt. I
Yeah.
mean, 60-year-old guys that are taking roids are flaming sphincter muscles.
Yeah.
So
You don't want your sphincter muscle to be flaming. That's for sure. You don't
his
want-
is.
Yeah.
You're in good shape. You're working out, right?
Yeah.
Well, you
but
swim a lot, right?
I swim. I weight train.
Yeah, you look. Can I ask how old you are? I could ask. You might not answer me, but I could ask. I guess. Right?
What do you got? You got a pussy? Would you
He looks
care?
great. I don't know.
He does. He looks
I
good.
mean, I see. You
No,
know.
I'm really old.
Not that old. You can't say your age. You don't want to talk about your age.
You want me to tell you how old I am?
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 74.
Oh wow.
Are you really?
Oh wow, you look great.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe 64.
Well, that's what I
66.
plan on telling everybody.
Not
I mean, you're
now.
trim and everything. You're like, you know.
I work out
that's
5-6
great.
days
there
a
you
week.
go.
I have all my life.
Ah, look at that
I
shit. See,
I do a lot of heavy aerobic activity.
Oh, that's great.
that's good.
But I'll tell you, the key is not just the aerobic activity. You got to watch what you eat. I mean, if you're not following through with really watching your calorie intake, all the working out in the world isn't going to
Right.
burn
no,
fat.
of course. That's the.
Unless you take steroids.
If you
That'll
take
burn.
ste-
That'll burn your fat.
That does everything. And,
Yeah.
that's why this guy looks so great. I mean, he looks like he's 25 years old. This guy.
You're the
Your 60-year-old.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, well, he's also on juice. You can't.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Can't really compare that. The question is, how long can you sustain that for before it backfires? If he's 60, he's been doing it most of his life, maybe 30 years.
I would have to believe so. Yeah.
A lot of these guys are. I mean, I know guys from Fairlawn, in high school that.
Yeah, I mean,
were,
how's his liver doing? I mean, the liver
Exactly,
and
like,
yeah,
when does
whatever.
that fail?
It depends what he's taking, and I would say human growth hormone is probably the safest if your levels, if you don't go exceed too much.
And if you do it right, like
Yeah.
when you're young,
Yeah.
someone just has a friend who gets it, and then your other friend injects it, and now you're doing steroids without any knowledge of what the fuck
Supervision,
you're
yeah.
doing. And now there's plenty of knowledge behind it, and you can talk to your doctor and say, "Look, man, I'm gonna do it. So just tell me what I have to do.
Yeah, where the levels are, how much you don't
Yeah.
want to go too. Yeah.
What do I have to
I have
watch
some
out
friends
for?"
that I did it, and they're like, "Listen, I got to honest with you. I do one shot a week. It puts me over my normal levels, but it just gives me that extra,
Right.
and then my muscles grow quicker. But he's
I
not
did
like
it.
he's not giant, He's not doing it to be. He's not a monster with veins coming out, but he's looks good.
Let me tell you something. It's one of the most comical drugs I've ever taken in my life.
What's that?
Steroids.
I never took any.
It's hysterical. Like I was laughing all the time because
Why?
you would go to the gym.
My drug dealer never sold steroids.
I would go to the
The
gym.
really good drug dealers don't sell those.
no, I
usually.
wouldn't think so.
Dude, I would go to the gym. I would get pumped up,
Yeah.
and I'd stay that way.
And you were just cracking up over it.
Just look at this. I'd come home and I'd be like, "Look at me,
I'm jacked
Fucking
still.
And then I'd wake up in the morning,
Jacked.
jacked.
Yeah.
Then you go to the gym,
And you
and
get
it
even
happens
more.
again. And you're like, "Look at me, man. I'm fucking Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Look at this."
And
It
then
was
you get
hysterical.
addicted to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So what did you take? What did you do?
I did SIP. It's called Sipinate or some shit like that. I don't remember. It was in high school, and
Interesting.
my friend used to,
Intramuscular?
inject me in my ass.
But yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it was hysterical. It was funny. Like I would pass out from needles. My whole life I passed out from needles. I got an issue with needles, from some of the issues. I've talked to you about this before. But with this, nothing. I was perfectly fine because I think psychologically I was
knew
like,
you needed it.
oh, I'm getting something out of this.
Yeah.
It's not just I'm giving
Yeah.
blood. I'm not a lab rat. I'm actually getting something out of it. And for some reason, it didn't affect me.
I had a problem with crack stems, but I knew I was getting something out of it, so I just didn't have a problem with it.
Kevin had a bit of an issue with crack for a while.
Oh, crack's wonderful.
Have you tried that?
Just a few thousand times.
Oh, that's all. That's all.
There you go.
Was it? Was it a drug that was around growing up for you, or is that something that happened in your later years?
Oh,
When
much-
did crack kind of hit the streets?
80s,
Is it the
right?
80s?
I would probably say 80s.
But I
Yeah.
mean, people freebased cocaine for a really long time.
Oh,
That's-
even back
that-
in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
That's how I got introduced to it. When I first came back from California, one of my friends invited me over after dinner. He said, "Why don't we all go back to my house?" And he started freebasing.
Yeah, cooking
and,
it.
And the only thing I realized what he was doing, because that was a time that comedian, what was the black comedian that caught
Richard
on
Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
yeah, caught on fire?
Yeah.
Caught on fire.
Fucking running out of his house. They're on fire.
Yeah.
And his name was Jeffrey. And that was the first time I tried. He said, "Charlie, you got to try this. You got
Oh,
to try
God.
this."
That's how everyone tells you, dude, you gotta try this. It's just great. Yeah. I promise you'll do it again.
So is that something you stuck with for a while? Did we-
No, I did it for a while because, while I was still friendly with him. Then
How old were you at this time?
Probably in my middle 30s,
Oh, okay.
late 30s.
But you were no stranger to, coke.
No, I got introduced to that in California.
So what, you grew up in California?
No, I got a promotion to run a company out there.
Oh.
And a friend of mine told me to look up one of his friends. And so I called up his friend, went over to
But
his...
your friend told you to look up this friend because you asked this friend for someone who might know somebody.
Not really.
Right?
No.
And you're like, hey, does anybody know anybody that can get some shit?
No, it was really the
You were
first...
you were trying to find it.
I never even did any up to that
oh,
point
it was
until
just
I
for
got out to
business?
California.
Oh.
And then I walked into this house, and there was this big, fat, 6-foot guy having this glass table, putting like 20 lines on it. And all of a sudden, 6 broads show up out of each of the bedrooms. I said, "Oh, this is good."
This is a party.
Good stuff.
This is a party.
That was your introduction to
That was
coke?
my introduction.
Oh, well,
No shit.
But I never did it on a regular basis. It was mostly social, and it wasn't until I came back from California that my friend Jeffrey introduced me to the freebasing part of it, and I thought that was really cool.
What, that was a better high?
Oh.
Is that a better high?
Oh, it's way more intense.
Oh, really?
It's like
More
taking,
intense
it's like
than
taking,
blowing a line?
It's
yeah.
See, that's
I've
why I don't
ex-
like that shit.
Except
It's
explain
wonderful.
that to you. Yeah, so it's like it's called freebase because it's the base of the cocaine. So when you cook it, you're removing all the impurities. First of all,
Oh, right, you did say this.
second of all, it's not going into your nasal, then into your bloodstream and like dripping down your throat. It's going into your lungs and then through those
Instantaneously.
and then it's going into your bloodstream like through the lung.
But the high itself is that like intense,
way more intense than the
like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You take a giant bag of fucking coke. You take a
I don't like rush. I don't like to be so.
It's
hyped
not.
Up
It,
like
it's
that.
well. That's what happens when you keep doing it. Because eventually, what happens is you want to keep doing it more and more and more and more, and then it gets out of control.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I would say the first couple hours is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. The first couple.
Yeah.
The first couple of hours are
Well,
fantastic. Yeah,
yeah.
Until it starts diminishing. Yeah.
And then
And going away.
that's
Or
exact-
or it's just you're just too high from like too many hours.
That's
of
exactly
it.
what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when I.
Then you drink alcohol.
Well, you do that while you're doing that,
Yeah,
and then you
it-
do something else while you're doing
Yeah,
that.
and then you taper off the back end.
I hate when I start hearing myself sound like a fucking idiot or an
Oh, yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh fuck, I'm at that level. And now it depends.
So that's like coke though. But like you smoking coke, you smoking cocaine with a bunch of people. No one's talking.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, you take a hit. You don't go like you don't just start jabbering. You go. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. And then you're like, yo, pass me that soda.
So you don't get all hyped up.
You're so hyped up, you're shut down. You're so hyped up, you're like. So it's like, you're like, where Coke is like, oh my God, dude, blah, 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 oh my God, you hear me stories.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's like,
I
it's
hate
just
it.
opposite, dude.
I hate when I realize that
It's
I've
too
been
much.
talking about my entire fucking life to some stranger for the last fucking hour. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing right now?
Yeah, but usually you don't. While you're doing that, you don't really realize it. It isn't until after you start coming down you realize you were a complete asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the perfect thing
exactly.
to do at the time. You think
Yeah.
it's everything is running perfectly.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't care for that drug.
It's
It's one of the drugs I couldn't care less for.
Devil's dandruff.
Devil's Dandruff. Good name for a band.
I haven't done it in a long time, and I stopped only because the last time I ever did it, I just did too much, totally out of control, and I realized that you know what, this is not fun.
Did I hear upstairs that you don't drink either and stuff, or you
No,
stopped everything? Or
No, I drink.
Oh, you do?
But like Amir, I'm getting to the point where I'm really trying to focus in on really,
yeah,
really concentrating on some specific goals that I have.
Yeah,
and
cool.
Amir and I have been talking about it.
and you don't want to be derailed from that, and like, yeah, you want to be
Absolutely not.
focused, and
Yeah.
cool, good for you, man.
Yeah.
And you know, when you drink, and no matter, even if you only have two
Yeah.
martinis, it affects your ability to get up the next
The
morning.
next
and
morning is
function.
different. Yeah,
Yeah, that's when I kind of noticed. Like, that's one of the things I noticed is like even one. Well, first of all,
you still sober?
one. Yeah, of course. I'm
that's
doing
awesome.
it. What are you talking about?
I know. I knew the
Like,
answer
this
to it.
guy's not gonna be
no,
allowed to
listen,
do it.
I knew the answer to it, but I just wanted to bring it up because
Yeah, but-
I'm excited still.
I want to tell you what a good friend he is.
Yeah.
Okay, because he asked me to come over tonight to do this podcast.
Yeah.
And I knew he was in this cleansing process.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know if I was going to have a drink. And I said, no, I'm not going to have a drink. But apparently, Amir was ready to have a drink with me.
Bullshit. I was like, fuck it. Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. We got a guest.
Yeah, you know what? That's
I should have a drink.
It's
since we have
not
a guest.
right.
Yeah.
It's not difficult at all for me.
Yeah.
I-
No, it's clearly not.
I feel like
It's because you're not an alcoholic.
I guess not.
No.
I guess
I've
not.
always told you that.
I just
I can
like
tell.
I just like the fun
Yeah, of course you do.
of being
You're a
little
fun guy.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to get a little derailed and just kind of listen to thoughts that I wouldn't usually have and laugh at things from a different perspective and kind of just get outside myself for a while. Sometimes when you get really stoned and really drunk, it's still you, but it's a different you, and that you is sometimes fun to engage with, even though it's
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I never looked at it as a problem. That's why I always had a problem with my parents thinking I had a problem.
Right.
Because even at a young
You
age, I
knew
was
it
like,
wasn't a
I don't
problem.
have a fucking problem. But that's easy to say,
When you're a kid.
and it's also
Yeah.
heard,
I didn't think I had a problem as a kid.
it's also heard by millions.
And
all
then
the
it
time.
turned into one.
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah.
I still tell my
But you
parents
used
all the
to.
time, you guys were so wrong.
You guys are so wrong.
I never had a problem.
Yep.
You were the problem.
You,
You guys were scared of and look,
yeah.
to their defense,
Yeah.
they did the right thing.
Sure.
A kid my age engaging in that kind of, those types of drugs at a young age, I don't blame you. Put the fucker away if you think it's an issue. Don't listen to his fucking perspective on it,
No.
because obviously I'm the one trying to save myself.
Yeah.
So I can't blame him. But I always knew I didn't have an issue. And
Well, these kids probably wouldn't have an issue today, the ones that are ODing, but the stuff, the synthetic stuff they
Yeah.
make in the,
problem.
it's just overwhelming. And
yeah, that's a problem. You don't know what you're
I
getting.
mean, you're getting shit that's like,
Fentanyl.
yeah, that's like, what do they say, 20 times, 50 times more addictive than heroin.
Crazy.
And heroin isn't anything to really screw
And
around
the
with.
amount that can kill you is
Small.
ridiculously small.
Well,
Yeah.
what happens is, I guess you get so high and it's so good, you just don't,
You don't realize.
you don't realize that you don't stop and the next thing gone, you're gone.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Isn't that what, what's his name? Purple Rain. What's his
Prince.
name? Prince. Isn't that what he died of?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that happened to Philip Seymour
Tom Petty?
Hoffman too.
Oh, him? No, he was heroin. That was heroin.
Yeah, so I think there was he supposedly
Oh,
he,
Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
fentanyl batch or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that what Prince died from was a bad batch. I think he just did too much.
He did. He OD'd.
Yeah, his back. He had some back pains or something, and I don't know.
I don't know.
Dancing his whole life. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Prince is dead.
You didn't know Prince is dead.
I'm like forgetting, like
Prince died.
I'm like forgetting who's dead and who's not dead, like
I
all
know.
the time.
A
I'm
lot
just
of
like,
people dropped off.
Well,
yeah, they have.
Talking about people that are dead that are having a rebirth. Do you guys remember Janis Joplin?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coming out with a new. Not she is, but they're coming out with a
Unreleased stuff.
a new brand spanking new album. Now she died of an overdose of heroin.
yeah.
Was that heroin?
Yep.
I thought she was an alcohol thing.
She drank alcohol too. Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. That was her thing.
That was her thing.
Yeah. Well, she was one of those 27-year-olds
Yep.
Is that one of
They're
them?
all young. How old was Hendrix?
No, but I think 27. I might be mistaken, but
Oh, you mean
Chris
there's a-
Farley,
oh, there's a cr-
27.
oh,
there's
there's
like
a
a
crew.
27 thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Some people, I might be wrong about who those were, but there's a list of 27s.
Is that right?
Yeah, a lot of them died. You want to look that up? See if that's true.
I mean, come on,
Come on now.
come on.
What kind of producer?
Fifi. Wait, what is it? Chia.
Chichia.
Chia.
Yeah, that's her nickname is Chichia. But it's not really a nickname. For us, it is because
We don't know what the hell
we
it
don't
is.
know what that is. But it means little ant in Portuguese.
What kind of a goddamn nickname is that? Little Inn.
Well, look, like when you're, you're
Aunt and
a
uncle.
little kid at home, you say
27.
Chichia.
Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis.
In the mic, please. In
Janis
the mic.
Joplin.
Yeah.
Janis
Janis
Joplin.
Joplin, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison.
Wow.
27.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris Farley.
No.
No.
He was older.
What's Chris
And
Farley's
he came
age?
a lot, many years after those guys.
How old was Chris Farley?
1 second.
Jim Jones. What was he? Is that the fucking?
That was a sick guy down in South America, someplace, or New Guinea, with his followers. He
Oh,
had
it's one of
he
those
was
guys?
he was a cult,
Oh,
cult
yeah?
leader.
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Why is he in that?
That's not
why is he
Waco,
in-
right?
why-
No, not
why is he
Waco,
in with that
Texas.
bunch.
I don't know.
Fuck that. Talking about,
Maybe it's a different Jim Jones.
talking about musicians.
Davy Jones's locker. Jim Jones. Who is this? Is
You
he
know,
a-
they
Jim Jones. Is he a
How old
monkey?
was he?
Maybe he's a monkey.
Internet.
the internet's not working.
Maybe he's a monkey.
Damn it.
Jim Jones.
I thought he was the guy that did the what was that Kermit the Frog shit?
Oh, Jim Henson.
Oh, that's Jim Henson. Jim Henson. So you went on a little bit of a bent. You had a little fun with some.
Oh
some
yeah,
coke.
especially when I was younger.
Yeah, but it was never an issue for you. As
No,
far as like, did you ever have to go away for it? Did you ever have?
Yeah, I had to go away. I had to go from the 26th floor on Second Avenue in my office building all the way downstairs
it's all way out of your way.
to Gino's and Guido's.
Have you ever had Geno's and Guido's?
Real place.
That's
Gino's and
Geno's
Guido's.
and Guido's. That's where you got your shit.
Two brothers. No, that's where I got laid.
Oh, nice. But you never had a problem with anything like that.
Never, ever, ever
Just
had
kind
a
of a
problem.
social thing.
Yeah.
At times it got out of hand, but never to the point where you had to, go away.
No, it was never had a problem.
So I went away for a year and a half.
Where?
It was called Kids of Bergen County. Now, my parents sent me away when I was 14. They thought I had a problem, and that's what I was saying before. I never felt like I did. Maybe they saved it. Maybe I would have. Who knows, right? But I didn't feel like I did, and I still
Really?
don't
They
think-
sent you away?
Yeah, they were worried. My parents never did drugs. They didn't come from.
Well, whose parents ever did?
Mine.
Well, look, his did.
My
Yeah.
dad. My dad. Yeah.
A lot of people.
Not my mom though.
Your mom never did.
No, she can't stand. My mom drinks like a half a. I saw her years and years ago have like a half of a cocktail, and she'll be like, "Oh my god, my jaw is numb. My jaw is numb." Like she would get
She
all
might
weird.
actually be allergic to alcohol.
Well, and then she would she hated my lips are tingling. Oh my god, and hated the feeling. And she said she smoked weed a couple times, like when she was younger, and the paranoia and the loss of control just ate her
Yeah, some
alive.
people don't like to not have full control of their thoughts,
Yeah, feelings,
desires,
emotions,
whatever,
ideas.
all
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
so they just skip out on that completely. When and they feel anything come over them, I mean, there's people that are so sensitive to that even like a drug like Tylenol will make them feel like
She
you
doesn't
know,
take much.
like
yeah.
I can't. This is too much. Me, I'm like, if something hurts, man, give me something.
Yeah.
Well, I had the best of all worlds. I had a brother-in-law that was my bookie, my weed supplier, and he was a bartender. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's pretty damn good. You go to the bar, you have a drink, you make a bet, you get some weed.
It was
perfect.
It was
Yeah.
great.
That's great.
It's
Yeah,
almost
man.
as good as getting weed at a funeral.
Right?
Wait, so you still gamble?
No, I haven't gambled in, oh my God, 10 years.
Wow, good for you, man. That's a rough one.
I'm a bet.
Did you get bad with it?
Yes.
Yes.
How can you not, right?
Well, it
Would
depends.
you? Would you?
What did I do? I used to. I got into baccarat,
Ah.
and actually, I'll tell you something. It actually turned out to be a blessing, because
Free noodles.
No, what happened was
They
at one
serve noodles around the table,
at the
right? Don't they do that there?
noodles.
Is Baccarat the one that they serve you free noodles
No,
in the casinos when you play Baccarat?
they serve you drinks. What do you fucking get?
No,
noodles?
I know, but that's always the what is it, like a Japanese game or something? What is that? Who plays that? The Chinese? They're all
Asians.
The Asians. Okay, fine. The Asians like
It's an
that.
all-inclusive group.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
but
know,
the,
like
the
you go
Asians
on a
love that.
cruise. You know,
It's a
with-
big thing for them, right? They love that game.
Yeah, 90% of the
But
people
they
at the
call it-
table are
And because
Asian.
of that,
But they call it baccarat.
but because of that, there are noodle
no
bars
no noodles.
in the.
Dude, your
No
noodles.
no noodles.
Hey, I went and tried it once because I was asking somebody about
What, noodles or baccarat?
Baccarat. I wanted to know what the best odds in the casino were.
That's
and,
it.
And that's what they told me. And I was like, let's try that game.
Is
'Cause
it?
I'm playing blackjack, and I'm getting crushed. So I'm like, let's get out. Let's get off of this for a second. What's the best odds in the casino? Baccarat's the best odds. Let me try this game. Boring as fuck. Free noodles.
Free noodles.
Free noodles.
I feel like if you slow play at first
Yeah.
and wait a little while, that craps is the best game
No,
to
I
play.
hate crap.
Craps is the most exciting.
But I think
But-
if you go slow and just play the pass line and collect a little money, and then don't take that chunk and then start to bet like the hard 4 or the hard 6, and then.
My experience is it doesn't work like that. And I mean,
I
I
feel
would-
like every time I
I
do
was
okay,
down-
and I hate gambling, and I don't know how to do it, and a
never
crap
had-
table,
it's-
I always leave with money.
I never had a good time with craps.
neither.
But
have
do you
I.
get caught up in the excitement and start chucking crazy
No.
bets? No,
No.
really.
Never cared for it. I'm like, what are we
Oh,
doing?
I loved it. I mean, it was.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's great
found it.
fun.
I found it really exciting.
Yeah,
I'm a blackjack guy.
And I got creamed at blackjack.
So wait, so go back to Baccarat.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're a Baccarat guy.
I was a baccarat guy, and I want to tell you, I did fabulous for 5-6 years.
Right.
Really fabulous. I mean, I could probably count the number of times I lost on my right hand.
Oh,
You
wow.
know,
How much money are we
That's why
talking
he
about
uses
that
his
you were,
left.
How much money would you say you were making roughly a year with that?
Oh, I didn't look at it as making. I just did it on an individual thing. If I made 4, 5, 6,000, it was wonderful.
So that's at one night.
Yeah,
So you'd go and play decent hands.
yeah.
Right.
But you said you had a bookie,
Oh, that was way before that.
Yeah.
That's for sports, right?
right? What that,
Yeah,
that,
that
was
was
I was
bef-
trying to get at. What
That's
sports you
before
bet
the-
on? Football
basketball and football.
and football. Yeah.
So you'd go in and you'd start playing. You play with what? You bring $5,000 with you.
No, that was the nice thing about baccarat. Once you establish yourself, as a player, and you had a good credit line.
Oh.
I had credit lines at I had credit lines at 4 different casinos.
What kind of
Should
credit?
just
we're
show up.
talking?
Total, maybe 60, 70,000.
Oh, so you're playing. You're a player.
Yeah, I
So
was a
you went in
player.
and you were playing big hands.
So you bet 1,000 a pop. Sometimes you do 2,500.
Right.
But it's a big time gambling game.
Oh, absolutely. So you developed yourself into some.
I was controlled when I played baccarat, even though I drank.
You knew how to handle.
But
yeah.
you developed an issue you thought for yourself
What do
at
you-
some point.
Yeah,
because
one night I lost my entire marker at the hotel that I had my largest marker at.
What are we talking?
I don't know, it's about 25,000-30,000.
Mm.
And it was like 2:00 in the morning,
Right.
and I had like $2,500 left, and I told the concierge, call downstairs, and I need to increase my marker. He said, I don't remember. He said either it was closed or you got to wait till tomorrow morning. And I was going bonkers because I couldn't bet.
Yeah.
And so I told him to save my place at the table. I went over to the Nux Hotel. It was over in the, what do you call it area? I forgot what else was there. A Trump Marina was there.
Yeah.
So it was like a 5-minute ride over there. I walked in, sat down on the table, took out a marker there. And you're not supposed to leave with it, but I left. I played like 3 hands, took my money, got back in the cab that was waiting for me, went back to what do you call it?
The
What-
Taj Mahal.
No, there was a new place.
Borgata.
Borgata.
Oh.
Went back to Borgata. I was there back in like 15 minutes, and they're still playing the same. The sequence of betting was still the same. The one particular you either bet on either bet on the bank or you bet on the player. I'm not going to go and explain it.
Yeah.
But you keep score. And so they saved my seat, and I looked at the guy next to me, and
You made it back in
the
time.
player had still won like 12 times in a row. Or 13 or 14, which is insane. That never happens. It usually goes a couple of times the player wins and a couple of times the bank win.
But you weren't there.
But I was there for the major part of it. That's why I lost, because I kept doubling up, saying it's
The
going to go
bank's
to the
gonna
bank.
win.
The
Yeah,
bank's going to
yeah,
win.
bank's gonna
And the
win.
player kept winning. So I came back in about 20 minutes, and maybe they did what they call 2 shoots, maybe 10 or 12 hands passed. But in any event, I looked at the scorecard of the guy that was sitting next to me, and the freaking player was still winning,
Wow.
like 18 times in a row.
And you jump back in the game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get back in
and
there.
you said the bank's gonna win.
yeah, and I
50 times in a row.
I took a significant portion of my new of the money that I brought from and I laid it down on a bank.
And then dude won.
Pop,
Oh, it won.
I won.
How much?
I got all my money back in like I'd probably say 30, 40 minutes.
Wow.
You got lucky.
And then
But that's a problem.
oh yeah, well that was the last time I played baccarat.
It's a
Oh,
problem.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man, it's a problem
Did
when
you
you
s-
dig into money that you don't want to bet.
Yeah.
When you bring $5,000 with you to a casino, you know you're willing to lose $5,000.
Yeah.
If you dig past $5,000, you really feel like shit. You lose $5,000, you feel like shit.
But at least you
But
had
you
that
thought-
goal. Yeah. That
You
like,
had that already out of your net worth. You're like, hey, if I got $5,000, I'm spending this tonight, right? When you go past that and you start digging into your funds, then you got a problem. And
Did
that's
you,
a
did
hard
you stop
thing to
because you
not do.
realized there was like something wrong with it, or like did you
Yeah.
just yeah?
It's-
Started losing money.
Yeah, I mean, between the other line of credit that I had,
Yeah.
they're called markers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between the marker I had at the Trump Marina and the marker that I had at the Borgata, we were talking about a lot of money. And
Yeah.
it was one of those times I had a deja vu, and I said, you know what? I walked out of this alive. I don't need this shit anymore, and I stopped.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah, I kind of had a similar sequence of betting nights as well. You know, like
but it sounds like you were more controlled, Amir. It sounds like
I wasn't up to that kind of number, but I was seeing myself get to that kind of number. I saw the future because I was never a card guy, right? Like growing up playing with like kids playing cards, I never cared about cards too much, right? So I
Yeah.
wasn't like a card guy from early childhood. So when I first got introduced to casinos, I went with my brother the first time, and I didn't even know how to play cards. I didn't even know blackjack. I didn't even know like.
How old were you?
I was 23.
Okay.
That's why 23 red became one of my numbers on roulette. My birthday, 23 and 30. So 9, 23, 30 became like my numbers on roulette. And they're always there. You see those numbers are always there. Anyway, my first time in a casino, I played roulette. And I never knew, because I don't know cards. Me and my brother went there and played roulette. And we won, I don't know, I was just playing with some little money. I brought like $1,000. But I made $1,100 the first time I ever went.
Oh, it's the worst
Playing
thing that can happen to
roulette,
you.
just numbers, and it was more red than black that night. And I told my brother on the way home, I go, why do we work every day?
Really?
Like, why do we go? Why
Yeah.
don't
Is
we
it this
just-
easy gambling thing?
Why are we leaving?
Yeah.
It's more red than black.
Yeah.
You didn't pay attention to that?
Yeah.
That's how we won, right? It was easy. Let's come back next week and do it again.
Yeah.
Did it again. It worked. I made like maybe $2,000, and I was like, dude,
This is it.
does no one understand? It's just more reds than black are coming up. Anyway, you know how that story goes,
Oh yeah.
right? Next time it was like, dude,
Crushed.
every 2 times it's red, it's all black.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Whatever. So but then I was like, look, maybe this is not the thing. Let's try playing cards. And someone taught me how to play blackjack, and I did okay with blackjack, right? But I wasn't betting big money yet. I didn't have a lot of money. I was bringing 500 at a time, couple
Yeah.
$100, maybe $1,000, right?
Playing small tables.
Yeah, you start with $5, $10, $20 hands. And once you start working your way up to 100 profit, 200 profit, 300 profit, you start to bet $50 hands, and you start to grow bigger balls and bigger balls and bigger balls.
That's exactly what happens.
And you start to bet $100 hands. And before you know it, you're like, why am I sitting here
I could sit over
on
there.
these shitty tables? Now, what happens is
Yeah.
you have a good hand. Someone comes and sits with you who doesn't know the game
and ruins
and
everything.
fucks
You're
up
talking
the
about blackjack.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they fuck up the sequence because you should play by the rules, really. You know, because most likely
You could talk on the
That's-
table though, Riley. What should I do here? You can give if you don't know what you're doing.
you could, but
Yeah.
some people are like, no, this is my time. And they'll hit on the 16 when the fucking dealer's showing a fucking 4.
That's why you go into the private
That's exactly what happened.
because
You
they're
wanna-
all players.
Yes. So we were like, what's this thing up there where it looks nice and quiet and there's a nice girls giving you drinks and there's like no fucking madness? And so we went up there and now it's $50 or $100 a hand.
Right.
Next thing you know, your 1,000 can either go up really quick or be down really quick. And you start to think, next time I got to bring a little bit more money
Yeah, to have fun up here.
to have fun up here. And then you start to
It's
develop.
all by design.
Not exactly.
The
And-
casino's a complete design.
But now you start to come in and bet more money. And the other thing that happens is you realize that in those other tables, it took me 4 hours to make 1,000. And over here, it took me 3 seconds.
Yeah.
$100, boom, $100, boom, double up, $100, boom, triple, whatever, split, whatever the fuck. Next thing you know, you made $1,000. It took 2 minutes. And you're like, holy shit. Why would I fucking waste all this time?
Yeah.
But that's now you no longer play $5, $10, $15, $20 hands.
And you get
You're
hammered.
at 50 and 100. And now you're on a different level. Next time you come, you have to bring a little bit more money and you start to
Well,
develop.
that's the same progression. You just described exactly what happened to me.
Yeah, it happened to me. And I started feeling like it's okay to bring $5,000 to a casino. And here's where I got smart and quit. I would walk into a casino and have no problem dropping $5,000, turning it into these plastic little pieces of chip fucking money, playing like it's no big deal, putting 1,000 on a hand, 1,500, double downing on a $2,500 hand for a 5,000, no problem.
Yeah.
Walk into a guitar store, and I'm like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
you know,
It's a whole
$2
different
grand on
mentality.
a, $2,000 on a guitar.
$2,000 on a guitar. Do I really need it? I kind of have a lot at home. This is a fucking problem. I'm willing to risk it for fucking possibly losing it all and not coming home with shit. And I started thinking, you know what? Every time you feel like gambling,
Go get a guitar.
go buy a guitar.
Is that what you did?
I started to do. Well, you know,
That's
you
why
know,
you have 400 guitars.
look behind you.
He's got a serious gambling problem.
Well, yes, he's got a serious. You see all the cum spots on the freaking guitar.
But look, that's
He's got
why-
a serious guitar problem.
But now I have stuff.
He plays some of them lefty.
Now I got stuff. Hey, I turned one problem into a different problem. You're moving the money to a different place where at least it's a little more secure. Now you have something.
Yeah, the strings are murder though.
Yeah.
You know. But I stopped like I think it's a little maybe a little bit more.
You need a
than
new
2 years
rack.
ago.
You need a new rack.
I
You
do.
You can't have it. You can't get another guitar yet.
Well, I'm building a bigger
So
room.
it's been
Oh,
relatively.
that's right. You are.
You know what's gonna happen is all this stuff in the bigger room's gonna look small.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, I don't have that much shit.
So you stopped relatively recently, a
I
couple
stopped.
of years.
I stopped 2 years ago, maybe a little more, somewhere around 2 years ago. I just stopped.
Once you're away from it, it gets easier and easier and easier because I haven't done it for about 10 or 12 years.
But let me tell, I don't miss it at all. And I'll tell
Actually, you know what? No, it's been about 10 or 12 years. That's all.
I'll tell you what really killed it for me.
What?
Obviously these thoughts were in my mind for a while. Like, why is it so easy for me to drop $5,000 here, $10,000 here on the table, and bet blackjack, as opposed to walking into a guitar store and making a quick decision to buy a guitar I like? And I said, so that was building in my mind for a while. Like, why is this such
Two
an
things,
easy
yeah.
thing? But what really did it for me was when I went away to the Bahamas with a very good friend of mine, who's a maniac on the table. Like, he would go up and down $150,000 at a time, right?
Really?
He's a maniac.
That's big time.
He's not a millionaire, which is what made you what is why I call him a maniac. If you got $100 million in the bank and you're playing with $150,000,
Not a
Alright,
big
whatever.
Yeah,
Not a
but
big
you
deal.
know what? That doesn't happen too. When you look at some of these, like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are gambling
$1 million,
millions at
yeah.
a pop here.
Right, but he's also a $2 billion guy.
$1 billion guy.
Has he won?
He's
He's not 2 yet.
no, not two yet, but he's
I
getting
don't know.
there.
I'm watching Oprah's fucking triple every fucking year.
It's
Oprah's,
amazing, isn't
it's crazy. Anyway,
it? So go ahead.
So I went with him to the Bahamas. Now, on the way there, we're talking about how fun it's going to be. You know, we're going away and we're going to fucking gamble a little bit. We're going to drink. We're going to hang out in nice restaurants, the beach, and all that stuff. Before the fucking luggage was in the room, he was down 60 grand.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I'm sitting with him,
Yeah. He's
and I'm
shot.
and he's going. I'm going. What? What did that just mean? Because to me that meant let's go home.
Yeah. That was like
let's-
stop.
let's go.
Let's go and eat.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he started losing 80, and then he was down to 100, getting his markers right. Got some of it back at the pool. We left that table and we were at the pool. We're drinking. We're all trying to avoid this fucking cloud that's over us now
Yeah.
because it's like I started betting a little bit. I was losing. I think I might have been down 2 or 3 grand already, and I'm like,
I gotta
fuck,
stop.
we're all losing.
Yeah.
All of us. No
Yeah.
one's winning. His one friend was winning. He was up like 15 grand. So it kind of leveled us a little bit as a team.
Yeah.
But he was down
But that's
big.
his money.
I know, but it's like, but he's
right.
fucking spending and
yeah,
he's fucking
yeah.
buying everyone,
Yeah,
you know,
true.
bottles of wine. And
Yeah,
it's-
That had to kill your whole vacation.
well, it does because first thing that happens is you lose and you start feeling like shit about the whole vacation.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
you're at a beautiful resort.
yeah.
There's fucking food and drinks and you're having, and yes, and it's like everything sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes to a different table, starts winning some money back. So he's feeling a little better, got 30 back, 50 back. It's not too much down now.
Yeah.
So we're okay. We're at a club, we're having fun, everyone's partying. At the end of the club, we go back to the casino.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm a little drunk. I'm a little drunk and I feel like I kind of need to watch him cuz he's getting really drunk.
And he's starting to do dumb gambling
And
stuff.
I don't want him to, cause I know what he's doing sober. I got to watch this fucking guy.
Yeah.
So now I'm babysitting, which is already a deterrent for the whole thing because I'm like, I got to watch you now because I feel like I have to. Like he's crazy. We're sitting down at the table and he's a maniac in the sense that he'll bet 3 $5,000 hands. He'll have some double downs and he'll have 20, 30 grand there. And if he wins, he'll rip his shirt off and run across the casino and kiss a fucking stranger in the mouth.
He will. He's
Oh,
nuts.
I'm not even kidding. Like
Yeah.
he'll do that.
Yeah.
He'll fucking throw something up in the air and just run and fucking he's a nut job, right? Completely out of hand.
Oh, I've heard these stories. This is, yeah. I know.
Yeah. And by the way, he's sober now too because
Oh, wow.
for 11 months now.
Wow.
We've been telling him not to drink for a long time because he is nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, sitting there, and he's getting one marker after the next.
Mm.
And, you know, they're starting to have their little meetings. You know, the pit bosses have their meetings
Yeah.
about
Like,
you.
watching you.
They're
yeah.
having their meetings about you in front of you.
Yeah.
This guy is starting to, like...
He's drinking too much.
he's drinking too
wild.
much. He's
a little
grabbing
wild.
people.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
fucking slamming the tables and shit.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
He's down 1-9-11 right now.
He's what?
1-9-11 down. One Porsche.
Oh, he's down.
He's down a 9/11.
9/11.
He's down $120,000.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm going, dude.
Could have bought a car.
Well, I said that. I was like, dude, that's a fucking Porsche.
Yeah.
What do you? Come on, man. We
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
And I think he stopped at around 140.
Oh.
And the next day was really, really, really fucking ugly. Like he was, you know, just drinking so hard
To
forget
and not
it.
gambling though.
No, it was.
Yeah.
There was no money left.
Oh, yeah, no
it was
money
one of
left.
those situations where now his friend, who was up 15, 20 grand,
Had to give
was
him-
kind of giving him some money to try to work his way up, but he would just lose it. He just had that
Yeah.
that
Cloud.
black cloud was over him,
It
right?
was it. He wasn't gonna win.
No, and it just was so ugly to see and so disturbing to see your friend completely fucking down like this, and the vacation kind of was down,
Mm.
and I was losing, and it was just
It put a bad taste in your mouth for gambling.
that's the day I stopped.
Mm.
I stopped more because of what I saw him do, but because of my progression as well. I saw myself go from gambling $1,000 at a night to 5,000 to let's bring 6 and 7 and now 10, and I was like, okay, I made one night 22,000, and I was like, oh, that's great. You come home with it, and then you go back the next weekend and you give it all back plus more. And the problem is that when you win money, even though it's won money, you consider it your own now because it's like it's money you have.
Yeah.
And you just start losing it, and you feel bad, and it's just not a fun thing, man.
No, it's not. It really puts a damper on it.
It's a chase.
But that
total
vacation
chase.
could have been really fun, and it was just a
Where'd you go in the Bahamas?
We went to the what is that? Nice. It's really nice. The Cove. You know the Cove?
That's part of what do you call
It's
it?
part of the.
Fantasy Island. What's it called?
Look, boss, the plane. What's that? Yeah, it's something like that.
Something Island.
Yeah.
Fantasy. No, wait.
Yeah, the Cove. I don't remember what. It's part of that big one.
Paradise?
Paradise Island.
It's on Paradise Island. Atlantis.
Atlantis.
It's like the new section
where
of
Michael
Atlantis.
Jackson used to rape kids upstairs.
He's
and
got
the-
that room with
yeah,
the bridge.
The
there.
bridge. Yeah. We used to touch boys.
Hmm.
You saw that HBO documentary? You see
No.
that thing? Don't watch it.
Really?
Oh yeah. You won't listen to his music anymore. Not that you that you do.
I don't want to. There's people that have done stuff over the years, and I can't watch their movies or listen to their music, and I hate that I have to not want to hear it or see the movies.
Yeah.
Like what's his name was one of them. What's the guy that called a fucking a cop a Jew or something like that? What's that guy? Mel Gibson.
Oh.
Mel Gibson.
And you don't want to watch his movies anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I just I don't know when it's real.
When it's real, yeah.
It affects me when it's joking around, calling me a cheap Jew or Jew
Right.
joke. I don't care, but when it's really real,
When it's like you fucking Jew. Yeah. Like
yeah,
if
it's like,
something-
oh man,
yeah,
you're
when
like
it's
you're really
derogatory. like
you're a
when it's
real racist.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is not one of my favorites either for the same reason.
Yeah, and he makes great movies.
Yeah, I
That
stopped-
fucking Apocalypto movie was fantastic.
What if Stallone was like, "Who you fucking Jew?" He did like,
No,
That'd be such a bummer.
"Knock that Jew down. Why don't you come over here and knock this Jew down?"
you can't.
If Stallone was a racist,
I would cry.
would you?
You-
You
you
would
could-
cry.
How could you get mad at Stallone?
Yeah,
I
he
mean-
would cry. Amir would die.
He wouldn't
dude.
do that to me.
He wouldn't do that.
By the way, talking about that's an interesting subject. That his first movie,
Rocky.
Rocky,
Yeah.
that was not an original.
What?
You mean because of Raging Bull?
No,
Well, that wasn't kind of the same story, but what was the?
many years before that, there was a movie called Somebody Up There Likes Me. It starred Paul Newman.
Mm-hmm.
It was about Rocky Graziano from Brooklyn. He was a lightweight, and that Rocky is exactly what happened in that movie. Somebody Up There Likes Me. When he won the, I think it was the middleweight championship of the world or the light middleweight championship of the world. He's sitting in a corner. I think at those days it was a 12-round fight, something like
Might
that.
have been 15,
It might have been.
because 12 is now.
Well, it could have been. It could have been the 13th round.
Yeah.
And Rocky Graziano's getting the shit kicked at. I mean, his one eye's closed. He's got shit up his nose. His nose is broken, and he's pulverized. And it's about the 13th round, and he comes back to the corner, and his corner man says, Rocky, I'm throwing in the towel. You're gonna die. You're gonna kill you. And Paul Newman looks up at him and says, What do you mean? What do you mean? I got him just where I want him. And then he went in the next round, knocked the shit out of the guy, knocked him out.
So
But
you're
that's-
telling me that
that's where-
Stallone's is a fraud?
Yep, that movie was a absolute replica.
I want you
Not
out.
a replica, but it was a takeoff of Somebody Up There Likes Me.
I want you out of my house.
No.
God damn it! I just watched Rambo.
Oh my God.
Not the new one. The one before the new one, which is just as ridiculous, I'm sure, as the new one.
The new one is insane.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw about half of it.
What? You left? You were
Yeah, I walked out. I couldn't take
Like,
it.
you were
anymore.
at the theater and walked out.
Yeah, I do that all the time if I don't like a movie.
Well, why waste your life? You know what I mean? You're 74. You don't,
guess
have you don't have that kind of time. See, us youngsters say, well, let's see if something happens eventually. You're like, fuck this. I've seen this before. Fuck it.
That's probably the psychology involved. You know?
So it was bad?
I thought it was just okay. I'm not a Sylvester Stallone fan to begin with.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I saw the first 2 Rockies, and after that it was like all the same shit.
Good Kevin typing away.
I was checking out that movie.
Which one?
The one he's talking about.
Oh, the Rambo, the new one?
No.
Somebody up there likes
with Paul Newman?
It won 2 awards.
No shit.
Yeah.
Rambo, Rocky won 20.
Best, had nothing to do with the acting, though. He's
Yeah,
4 nominated and 2 awards it won. One for best cinematography,
Screenplay?
black and white cinematography,
Interesting.
and
Well, Paul Newman was great, man. I don't ever remember seeing a movie that he wasn't great in.
He
You know who Paul Newman is?
Yeah, man. I use his fucking-
dressing guy.
I use his dressing.
He's the dressing guy.
Yeah, he's got great dressing.
He does.
He actually does.
It's good.
His Italian dressing is pretty damn good.
Yeah. I use his ranch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm a ranch guy.
Did you ever see Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
No, I've heard of that movie. Haven't
movie.
seen it.
Great movie. Great movie.
You like watching older movies?
No, I haven't watched these movies in 30 years.
I know, but do you like watching older movies?
Occasionally, I'll watch a James Cagney movie. Occasionally, or I'll watch a Humphrey Bogart movie. Occasionally, like I've watched Casablanca a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right
Is
at the
looking
age.
at
Is
you.
that black and white?
I'm right at the age.
Is that black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, babe.
That's from that one, Casablanca.
That's what I do to my bride all the time. Every night we have a drink when we're out. That's the first toast we make. Here's looking at you, babe.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see. You know those people that have that lazy eye that shifts off to the left like that. I like to see some. I like to see that guy go. Here's looking at you.
I know who you're talking about. Well, Marty Feldman.
Marty Feldman.
Yeah.
He had those crazy eyes.
He did. He did.
Fucking, he looks at you and you go, ah!
Yeah,
Oh, my
man.
God.
I don't care for older movies that with effects. I can't watch them. Like like old effects just bum me out.
Oh,
like,
because
they look
they're
like
so
shit.
they're so fake. It's
Oh, just you need regular films like
Yeah, yeah.
drama, kind of whatever.
I could
even if
watch a
it's-
drama or I could watch a comedy in black and white. Like I could watch fucking Honeymooners all day.
I could watch it now. When I was
well,
younger,
that's interesting.
I couldn't.
I watch that occasionally.
Oh, I could watch the Honeymooners all day. You know when they have the like in New Year's Day they have the Honeymooners marathon every year. You don't know this?
You don't watch March of the Wooden Soldiers?
Yeah, fuck yeah. You don't
What?
put a fake fire on your fucking TV?
Well, you know what else was a really good old movie? I mean, I haven't seen it since I originally saw it. It was with Paul Newman and what's his name? The Honeymooners. What's his name?
Jackie Gleason.
Jackie
Jackie Gleason. It's called The Hustler.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That was
Yeah,
that
that's
was
a good movie. Yeah,
that
that's
was
a real good movie.
Some old classics that are really good. But it's tough when you talk about Mel Gibson. There's Mel Gibson, and I'll tell you else who I will not watch another movie of is Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I will not watch. I haven't watched
Why,
a
the
movie. of his.
Scientology's bothering you?
Oh, big time.
So stupid,
A
right?
sick fucking religion.
What about Will Smith then?
Will Smith Scientology?
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
a lot of Hollywood's into
Yeah,
that shit.
dude, a lot of them are.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
that.
bet they have a list. Hey, is there a list? Chia.
See, I don't
Can
care.
we get a list of all the actors that are Scientologists?
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Really? And you know who else is too? What's his
Usually,
name?
usually, if they're making the movie and they're in the movie, the other guys are Scientologists. It's like a thing.
What's what do you call it? The Italian kid.
Italian kid?
Black hair. Was in his big hit was Saturday Night Live.
John Travolta,
John Travolta.
Scientologist.
Oh,
Well,
he's in that too.
He's one of the three that I
See, I don't-
refuse to go see his movie.
Yeah, he's a Scientologist.
I don't
and so is
care.
the dude with the lazy eye. African American guy. I think it's his buddy.
Oh yeah, that.
He's
that-
been in
Oh,
tons.
is that? Oh.
Yeah.
He is too.
About,
What's his name? Why can't I think of his
Some
name?
actors could be
With the
so
lazy eye.
fucking ugly that they're full circle
Yeah.
and they actually look cool.
And they look cool. He's
Right?
the great. He's like,
Yeah, him and that other guy that's always in the Adam Sandler movies. He pops up out of nowhere. That fucking skinny dude. You know,
His
what I'm talking
eyes
about? The one from the Wedding Singer. What else?
Yeah, man.
Who do you
Dude,
think's what actor do you think is the has made the most and is the highest paid actor ever in Hollywood?
The Rock. No. Oh, I know. Oh, wait. Highest paid.
Oh, the other guy from the fucking Speedy movies.
No, I know who has the most
car
money.
movies.
I know who has the most money, but it's not just from acting.
Oh.
No, this
Even
guy.
Beck?
Adam
He's
Sandler's got
Scientology.
the most
Beck?
money.
Oh,
You know
that could
Beck?
be.
Yeah.
But this guy's the
Yes.
highest paid actor
Damn
ever.
it. Beck
Ever.
is a Scientologist.
Is he really?
Who?
Yes. Back.
Damn it.
The actor.
There's a bunch.
Adam Sandler's got like 250 net worth.
There's a bunch.
No, Adam Sandler's like 400.
Oh, he's up that high now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Oh, maybe I hadn't checked in a long
So
time.
who do you got?
Samuel Jackson.
Is he really the
Well,
highest
he's
paid?
like in 180 movies.
Well,
or
he
some shit.
insane, and he's the highest for his movies. He is the highest paid actor per movie ever.
That's because you're adding up all the gross
no, on an individual
tickets
basis.
of all the movies total.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, but not per movie
yes.
because he's not getting $50 million a movie.
No, well, who gets the
I don't
highest?
know.
20? 20's the
Google it.
highest?
So he was the highest
It's
paid
up
actor
now?
in
Well, because they
Hollywood.
get points.
Oh, from they get back end
Yeah,
points
they
and
get
stuff.
back end.
Oh, but they get
Yeah,
paid.
A lot of guys get that. Like a guy like
The
Keanu
Rock.
Reeves,
Yeah,
who's got these great trilogy kind of movies.
Yeah.
Like
he starts taking back end stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once there's a hit,
I would
yeah,
imagine so.
yeah,
Oh,
big.
the first one is George Clooney.
Oh
The
yeah.
second is
Is-
Dwayne The Rock. The second is
The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, George Clooney makes the most. Does
Yeah,
it say
George
how
Clooney.
much per film?
Not for film. They said he had $239 million.
Oh, he has. Oh, he has the
Yes.
highest net worth.
So I'm
out of the
wrong.
actors.
Oh, you're way off.
Wait, are we talking net worth or paid per film? Because
I must have read an old newspaper one day.
All
or
right,
something.
I gotta take a quick leak. You guys,
quick leak.
quick leak.
No.
You gotta take a leak.
You know what? Too, I should
Actually,
Oh, Jim Carrey's the.
What's that?
I should
can you
really
pause
go.
it for a second?
yeah, okay,
Yo,
hold on, we'll
Amir,
wrap it up in a
Amir, can you
sec.
pause it?
No, they
Oh, he's
don't
gotta go?
cut. We cut.
Oh, okay.
That's not a big deal.
What do you have? Wait, so what are you finding over there?
Oh yeah, now for
Net worth you
for-
found.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wh-
per
Keanu
film.
Reeves, Keanu Reeves.
That makes the most per film.
Yeah, let me
Really?
see how much he
I
did.
thought The Rock did for some reason per film.
Well, before was The Rock,
Oh,
but now, combined, they said combined 250 million. Keanu Reeves, the first one.
Wow.
The second is, oh yeah,
Jesus, that guy's got a lot of money.
it's crazy, right?
I heard Keanu Reeves gives like half his money away to charities and
Yes.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. He lives in a simple house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and has
A guitar.
no.
He has a guitar and nothing.
No, he
Remember the
goes-
jerk? Remember when he left the jerk
Yes.
with when he left and he's like, all I need
He used,
is this chair.
he used Subway.
I don't need nothing but this chair.
Yeah, he used
And then he
Subway.
collected everything on the way out.
Hey, did you ever find out how old Chris Farley was? How old's Chris Farley?
Oh,
when he
we're
died?
just badgering her with all kinds of.
Oh, you're fucking her all
duties.
up?
He was probably in his late 30s.
I still want the list of Scientologists
Hey, before you leave.
Yeah, it has more than 50. Has
Oh,
a
actor.
bunch of-
to
Hollywood
start
actors?
laying them out. Lay them out for us. Bang, bang, bang.
got?
Now, 1 second, because I already
You
in
moved the
other thing-
page.
yeah.
Oh, you see, man.
So Kirstie Alley, Annie Archer,
Kirstie Alley.
Jennifer Aspen, Beck, Catherine Bell, David Campbell, Nancy Cart. I don't know this name. Erica Christensen, Chick Corea,
Model.
Tom Cruise,
Chick Corea.
Yeah, Sky.
That's a
Dighton.
musician, one of the best jazz guys.
Jason Doring, Jenna Welfman, Richard Welfman, has a bunch of Isaac Eyes, Gary.
See, but much
You're
like
doing alphabetical order,
But
right?
much like other religions, see, here's what you got to remember. Much like other religions,
It's
some
the same thing.
people jump on these bandwagons just to get roles
Oh no, I know.
because of the possibility
No, that's
that
real.
the director
No, that's
could be
real.
the guy. Yeah, I know. Oh, no. I know it's real.
Yeah, I know of somebody that was in Hollywood,
I know it's real.
and he left because he
to
couldn't
some
handle
people
that
might
shit.
be real. But it's like the president saying, I'm Christian.
No,
you know, I
it's,
believe in
what
God
you're
or
saying is real
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might be bullshit. Like you're not really into it. You're saying it because it's a trend.
Oh, they're just like saying I'm joining up. Here's some money, but now I might get some more movies out of it. I'm not really believing that these theories they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, before you leave, because you said you want to go, I want to know one thing. I want to know. I want to hear the end of the story. 'Cause
This
you
is
started,
why you're really here, man.
Yeah, man.
What?
No, how big's your dick, man? Really? No, you, no, like right now, not fully hard.
Right here.
Nice. No, so if you could tell us the story, as you said, you had this big office at one point, right? Where was
Oh.
that? In Manhattan? Was that Manhattan?
The Manhattan on 2nd Avenue.
Yeah.
It was insane place.
Yeah.
What
You
neighborhood?
were very young.
I was 26, 27 years old.
Yeah.
And
What was the position?
Wait, what was the neighborhood? Let's get this we're going.
Where in Manhattan?
You said Second Avenue.
Second
It stretches
Avenue,
from. Yeah.
between 42nd and 43rd
Okay. Okay.
on 2nd Avenue. And,
Yeah. Now, you got this position.
I had this. I was a general manager of a company,
Right. Nice.
and
They gave you a big office.
oh well, actually, the company that I took over, the executive vice president didn't want me to take it over. He wanted me to be patient for a better division, and.
You said fuck him.
But he told me to go up and meet some of the people, take a look at the office, talk to the manager who was leaving, retiring, and I walked into the guy's office and I said, "This is what I've always dreamed of."
This office.
And I pictured my big couch on the one side, the bar over here.
The bar. It's always funny when someone has a bar in the office. You know that's not going to work out right.
Oh my God, it was insane, insane.
So what happened? How long did it last, and why did it all crash?
About 2.5 years.
What happened, man?
How
did that go down?
It went down because people began to realize that I was, getting laid during the middle of the day.
People
a
from
bad day for me in those days. A bad day. A bad day was maybe only getting 2 blowjobs.
I was going to say only 2. Damn.
I mean, at lunchtime, holy shit, I'd go down to Gino's and Guido's, have a drink, or I usually had a date for lunch, then go back up to the office, and then screw around for about 2 or 3 hours, take a break.
So what did you actually
Then
do?
go to happy hour. and-
What did you actually do?
I mean, when I ran a...
He
No,
had
but I mean,
sex.
But I mean, like, how the fuck did you got this position by being good at what you were doing?
Yeah, I
Then
was-
you got
I
it, and
was
you're
the
like,
best.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, no, I did okay, but I just didn't really focus on... I could have done a lot better.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I wasn't doing well. It was because
This
of
is you.
the reputation that I
What
that
is
I
a
built.
what does a
He's you.
position like that? What does a position like that pay?
You know how many years ago I'm talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but what did that pay at that time?
At that time, I was making about 50 grand.
50 grand in the 70s,
That was 45 years ago.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mid 70s.
Pretty good
50 grand.
with an office.
That's a lot of money for a 27-year-old.
Yeah. Well, I bought. I had a. You remember the first Lincoln Continentals that were like boats?
Yeah.
You know, they were 180 foot long.
Yeah, man.
With the opera windows in the back and there used-
Opera windows?
Yeah. You had a leather vinyl top.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And then you had the. That's why- and my Lincoln
yeah.
all white.
Nice.
White
Sick.
interior, white top, white outside. Everything was white.
Did you have like a big white boss hog hat and shit? Like,
But
The
those are
horns on the
days.
front.
I mean, and then after lunch, I'd go down for a happy hour, and go back up a little bit for me, and then I'd go out for the evening. I'd have a date, have dinner, and go back to my office again.
so how did it go
I
down?
went through 2 couches.
Nice.
Wow.
That's the real casting couch. So how did it go down? How did it end? How was that like? Well, what happened?
I was asked to resign.
Somebody walked into your office.
Knew what you were
No,
doing.
no,
Your
the-
numbers
the-
were low or something.
No, it was all strictly about women.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They said, "What's this guy fucking doing here?"
Dude, I would have done the same fucking thing.
Oh man,
That's
I was.
a tough position to be in because you're 27,
Oh my god,
you're making money.
it was
Full of testosterone.
I can't tell, but
I'll tell
you
ya-
might have been a good-looking guy.
I was so bad. You know how in building a business, one of the basic things is you get referrals. Well, I applied that technique to women. So I would get, I'd have a particular date, and things got a little bit boring after maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And I remember this. We were sitting in my office, and I told my girlfriend at the time, "Hey, look, I'm going to call up my friend. Can you get one of your girlfriends?" And she showed me a couple of pictures of, not well, you didn't have a cell phone, but she said, "Sure, I can get somebody." I said, "I'm going to make a phone call." I literally made a fake phone call while she's sitting there. Got her girlfriend to come up to my office, and I said, "Yeah, he's going to be over in about 20 minutes. He's a little delayed. He's going to be over in about another 15, 20 minutes." I never fucking made the phone
Meanwhile,
call.
you're making drinks.
Making drinks.
at
Took
the
him out
bar
to dinner.
in this big ass office.
Went back to her apartment and went into her bedroom. We had a wonderful time in the bedroom. And then I said, "Hold on, wait." And I went outside into the living room. And then I hit her girlfriend in the living room. I was bad. I was terrible.
Oh, that's not her. I thought that was her. I thought it was her.
Imagine she was just, I can't take it. I can't take it.
No, but I thought she was going at first. I thought she was like, "Oh, you did that to two."
I was insane. I mean, really out of control. So
So somebody walked into your office and they're
no,
like,
nobody actually ever walked in the office. I never got caught. It was
They just locked it up, said you can't come
just
back.
reputation and that was it. They said we understand you doing this and that and they just asked me to resign.
Wow.
So but I think the most wild.
That's a bad day. Because things are so fun. You're like, oh, this is great. How'd I fuck
Well,
this up?
my best friend, his name was Jerry Kern.
Mm-hmm. Still alive?
You might not want to do that.
You ready for this?
Is he
one?
alive?
I don't know. I lost track of him.
Oh.
Going back a lot of years. He was the executive vice president of Playtex.
Ooh, big job.
Big job.
Mark that. You might want to take
I
his
used to
name out
get
of here.
invited to all of his national sales meetings. He used to have one on the East Coast, one in the South, one in the Midwest, out in California. And we used to play cards. I was one of the regular guys that played cards all the time. But let me tell you, Jerry, my God, he was responsible for all the new products that came out. So when he had these sales meetings, he would hire all the models to model all the new stuff.
I
Yeah,
want that.
Playtex
This
stuff.
this was serious.
Playtex stuff.
This was
That's
like
all
that.
stockings, right? That's all that's all like
pantyhose.
yeah, pantyhose and stockings and stuff.
Underwear, bras.
So you were hanging out with this guy.
Yeah, and
all-
Jerry was crazy, but he was smart. I mean, he didn't get out of control. But
Dude, you want to hear a friend gig? I worked with
Friend gig?
Yeah, a friend gig.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a friend gig there,
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
friend
yeah,
gig,
yeah.
right? I worked with a guy, a colorist who used to own hair salons. You know who his buddy was? He was at one of his last
Paul
wedding.
Mitchell?
Bob Guccione,
oh, really?
What did he do?
Penthouse
Let's
Magazine.
see.
Oh, shit.
This is his best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
His best friend.
It doesn't get any better than that.
That's like that's like yeah,
That's the top.
Yeah.
That's the top.
crazy shit.
Damn.
Mhm.
All right. Well, look. You had the office and
Yep. But then it got worse. After I had to resign, I was a little bit depressed because I had such a great job.
right.
Then I got another job, with I think who was it?
Shining shoes.
American Hospital Supply Corporation, and became vice president of sales for the East Coast. And then eventually, within I think a year and a half, they made me the head of the division.
Oh, he's a sales. You
And I-
sell shit good.
Yeah.
Moved,
You sell shit good. You got the gift of gab.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
A
you
good
must.
salesman listens a lot too. Not
Yeah.
necessarily a good one, but shit. I moved out to California, and
Then you had the friend find you the friend to
I,
find the coat.
I used my. Let me,
And then he started
let me
smoking
tell you-
cocaine.
let me tell you.
I get it all now.
Let me
I
tell
see
you-
it all.
Let me
And
tell you.
here he is on a fucking podcast.
This was the
Talking
greatest
about
job.
goals.
This was the greatest job in the world. It was so good that a week wouldn't go by that I would not get a phone call from God cursing at me, telling me that my fucking job was better than his.
There you go.
There you go.
So, I mean, it was a super job. I flew all over the country. My biggest profit center was on Oahu. It was just absolutely an amazing job.
Where do you live now? Where are you? Are you around here or somewhere? Where is he?
Nice
Well,
Naples.
I used to live in Spring Lake.
Yeah.
I was one of two Jews.
Not now.
Yeah, I just sold my house about 6-7 years ago.
Isn't it all Jews?
What, Spring Lake?
Yeah.
Serious wasps. Are you kidding me?
I think you probably I was gonna say
You're
you
thinking
probably
of
know my-
Deal.
Oh, deal. Okay, yeah.
You
That's
know,
what-
that's why some bees wear yarmulkes,
Yeah,
So-
it's a good one.
so they don't get mistaken for wasps.
Yeah, that could be it.
That's a good one.
But,
All right. Well, look. Come back again, man.
I shall.
You shall. Next time we'll try it with some alcohol. We'll see where that goes.
Oh, then I have to get a driver.
Get a driver.
If I get alcohol, then we get into this young lady cannot be here.
Honestly,
She's heard a lot.
You don't
honestly,
know me.
dude, let me
This
tell you
was the
something.
calmest.
If that's the reason you're not opening up about some things,
Oh no.
this girl knows every single fucking thing I've ever done. We've talked about everything on this fucking show. Some of them we have to delete. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's heard it all.
No,
Don't worry about her.
Don't worry about me.
Oh my
Don't worry about
God.
her. She makes no judgment.
Well, I've changed dramatically after 3 wives.
That'll, yeah,
Wow.
that'll happen when you
Only
can't.
2.
Oh, there's
only
more
2.
stories.
Only
there's a
2.
lot more
Only
stories.
2. But,
So, the California job, how'd that end?
Too much pussy.
What happened?
I got fired again.